Hey Joe! It's Saturday. I think I'm going to have to start pretending my upload day is on Thursday, because then I'll actually do it for Friday. If you want to start doing some kind of forfeit for me when I upload late, and because I've done it a lot, we can totally do that. Anyway, Joe, all this week it has been raining. It has rained almost non-stop all week. Even today, when it's not actually raining, it is so overcast. Hence the super weird lighting on my face right now, because I have like 3 lights on to try and counteract the gloominess outside. Blah. Anyway, it got me thinking that I've all but forgotten what the sun looked like, Joe. So for you this week for a video, I thought I would give you 11 facts about the sun. Number 1, it's a star. Number 2, it's so insanely hot that it's actually comprised of a type of matter called plasma, which actually comes from the Greek word plasso, which means to mold or form. And plasma is like, if you heat a solid, it turns into a liquid. If you heat a liquid, it turns into a gas. Well, if you heat a gas, it turns into plasma. So it's like, whoa. Number 3, the modern astronomical symbol for the sun is a circle with a hole in it. And the usage of that dates back to the Renaissance. And it also happens to be the same symbol for gold that was used around the same period. Number 4, the sun is about 4.6 billion years old. And with another good 5 billion years or so on its clock, that makes it about middle-aged. Number 5. It's also classified as a G-type main sequence star on the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. I'll put a link to that down in the description below. Which is a super fancy chart that basically describes our sun as being both super average in mass and also super yellow in colour. Number 6. Now, even though it's still super average in mass for a star, it's still 330,000 times as massive as the Earth. It actually accounts for a whopping 98.86% of the mass of the whole solar system. And that's taken into account all 8 planets, every single dwarf planet, of which there are only 4 confirmed, but the real number in our solar system is thought to be upwards of 10,000. Every moon, every single one of the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of asteroids, comets, intrasolar debris, and all of that stuff. 98.86%. Number 7. The surface temperature is nearly 6,000 kelvins, which is just Celsius, and then add on another 273-ish degrees. But the internal temperature at the core is an outrageous 15.7 million kelvins. That is spicy. Number 8. It only takes 8 minutes and 19 seconds for a particle of light to leave the surface of the sun and arrive at Earth. However, because particle density is so flipping crazy at the centre of the sun, it can take up to 1 million years for the same particle to make the journey from the core to the surface. So that means that every beam of sunlight that hits us is ancient. 9. The galactic period of the sun is about 2.5 times 10 to the power of 8 years, which means that our sun has a galactic birthday once about every 250 million years. Number 10. So given that the sun is around 4.6 billion Earth years old, that also means it's orbited the centre of the galaxy just over 18 times, which means that it's now a galactic adult and can now buy galactic alcohol. Well, not in the US part of the galaxy anyway. And number 11. The sphere of the sun's influence is massive, and it extends out to about 5 times the orbit of Neptune, which is around 120 times the orbit of the Earth. This region of space dominated by the sun is called the heliosphere, and its outer edge is called the heliosheath. In this region, the solar wind is squashed together, and the forces acting out there are exceptionally turbulent. As you pass through the heliosheath, you arrive at the heliopause, which is a region of absolute calm and stillness, marked by the solar wind and the interstellar medium reaching an equilibrium with each other. After the heliopause, you're out into interstellar space. So far, mankind has managed to launch just 1 spacecraft into the space beyond our star, the Voyager 1, which on August 25th, 2012, after 34 years, 11 months and 20 days of journeying, finally reached the outer layers of the heliosphere and burst forth into the interstellar space. It is the only man-made object to ever, in the history of our species, leave the influence of our one and only sun, and its mission continues on to this day. Joe, I hope you found that cool and informative. I flippin' love space, so that was great for me. I'm sure there's no shortage of sun where you are in sunny Australia, but I hope that was fun nonetheless. Joe, thanks for sticking this one out with me, and until next time, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.